You already know what time it is. Hey, let's go. What up, Doug? It's your anthem, homie. Let's do it. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This say go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. 7 points on the board. Touchdown. You can never ignore. Let's go. When we into the end zone, take a look at the score. Bryce Young out here throwing dots. O-line out here holding blocks. We too real, no Photoshop. Just a few things that Doug talk about. What up, Doug? When they see it in public, they showing them love. Uncle Quan, what's up? Panther Nation, it is time to go up. Really in the field capturing, acknowledging players who talented. Doug is bringing the analysis. The defensive beats when they tackling. The front seven rush got them panicking. The pressure's too much, they can't handle it. You coming to Bank of America Stadium, this is where it get challenging. You hear this song, it's time to tune in and turn it up. You gotta turn it up. If you listen and say it what time with me is, we all repeat and we scream. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. This say go. What up, Doug? 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 Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's go. Let go. Let's go. Shout out to my man, what's up, Doug? Make sure y'all tune in and tap into his journey and everything that he's doing. Carolina forever, Panther Nation. It's go time, let's go. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. What up, Doug? Bow, bow. Let go.
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your man C, Dougie, and Uncle Quan for episode 4 of 3 Down. I'm going to go down first and 3 up. I got to say that, man. Episode 4, man. What's going on, Panther Nation? Good morning, good morning, good morning. We know your boys is late, man. Life is lifing. Baby girl is on the way. I'm out of town taking care of waiting business, but we got to do our episode of 3 Up and 3 Down, man. So you guys already know the vibes. Pull up. We're going to talk about the game recap, do 3 up, 3 down, trending in the right direction throughout the season, heading into the Dallas game. Then we'll talk about the preview with the Dallas Cowboys, man. But Quan, go ahead and tell the people what's up, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
What's up, everybody? What be going zone, man? It's your boy Q, a.k.a. Uncle Quan. Welcome to another episode of 3 Up, 3 Down, man. My guy Doug and myself, man. We back in the building with it. This time we can actually talk about another victory here in the Carolinas, man, at the Bank of America Stadium, defending the bank at home, man. Excited to talk about this one, man. Let's go to get into it. Make sure y'all hit that like button on your way in. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are not already subscribed. And make sure y'all hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Let's get it, man. Soon as we have that promo go down. So, week 5. Comeback victory. Cardiac Cats. Are the Cardiac Cats back? That's one thing we used to call our Carolina Panthers, always being down, but always putting the fight up, running the ball. It was almost like an old school Carolina Panther game growing up. You know, great defense, always having a good running game. But 3 of our keys to victory, for the reason why the Panthers came out 27-24, was the Rico train all day, all night. Bend but don't break, and then rookie impact. Let's go ahead and talk about Rico DAL. 23 carries, 206 yards, but a total of 234 total scrimmage yards, 3 off the record by Christian McCaffrey. For me, I did not expect Rico DAL to show out like that. yes, Chuba Hubbard has definitely had some great runs. We've had great running backs like Stu, D. Will, Christian McCaffrey, Deontay Foreman, then Chuba running with him. But to have almost break the record, being a backup, we know Christian McCaffrey was a bell cow. We have a good thing in Carolina. We have a double trouble, which we've been wanting to have back in the Carolina since D'Lo and Stu are gone. So this win, most people wanted to be on your quarterback shoulders. It was on the DNA of the Carolina Panthers. The way we win games is running the ball and great defense. Again, some of those runs were just like he got nominated for the angry run. Shout out to Good Morning Football. It's just for me, like I think we finally were able to have Rico down, had the opportunity to play the way he needed to play because Chuba Hubbard is down with a calf injury. What you got, Quan?
I mean, like you said, man, this was old school Carolina Panthers football, man. Being able to run the game and control the tempo of the game, man. We did just that. I mean, with Chuba Hubbard being out, everybody pressed the panic button. I thought we were just fine, man. Rico Dowdle coming from Dallas just last year or last season with over 1,000 yards on the ground, man. So I felt like we were already in good hands. I mean, and he showed it, and he exceeded my expectations, to be exact, man. He definitely exceeded my expectations with over 200 yards on the ground. We haven't seen a performance like that since, I think, Deontay Foreman and Chuba Hubbard popped off with Steve Wilkes, man. So it felt good for a change of pace. We talked about with Dave Canales, him wanting to establish a run game, to be able to win games, take the ball out of Bryce's hands as much as possible so that we can really control the tempo of the game. And we did just that. It took a little bit for us to get going, man, but once we got going, man, we couldn't be stopped in that ground game, man. It was a really good game by the offensive line, too, holding it down for Rico Dowdle and opening up those lanes for him, man. So overall, great performance in that ground game.
I mean, we could go ahead and you went into another point. With a good run game, you also have to shout out your offensive line. Having Brady Christensen come in, I understand Chandler Zavala started. Brady Christensen has been an anchor for this team since he's been here. Even back with Matt Rule days, he wasn't supposed to be the left tackle. We went and got Icky. He's basically been thrown behind starters, but every time he's came in, he's outperformed some of the time the person that's in front of him when he got his opportunity. But some of those runs, Kate Mays and Brady Christensen had great run block schemes and tandem blocks with a center and guard and pulling in that most of our offensive linemen were going on the second level. So, I mean, only thing when you got your offensive line going to the second level, that really leaves out big runs. Like he had, I think his longest run was for 53 yards. And I actually think he had a 34-yard gainer as well. So that just shows the offensive line and the cohesiveness of that offensive line looked great, man. But yes, the number one automatic, key to victory and the reason why we won was Rico Dowdle. Now the second one, bend but don't break defense. One stat that surprised me was 19 total rushing yards we gave up against, to me, a top 10 rusher in HN. Then we had 3 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, 7 points allowed in the second half. Again, this game reminded me of the Atlanta Falcon game, the way the defense played. No, Bryce Young did not help the offense with the early, turnovers with the fumble and the pick, but the defense bent but never broke. Like basically the barrier never broke. Yes, I understand they scored 24 points. I understand Mike Jack in coverage gave up a long touchdown to Waddle, but this defense looks night and day. And one thing you guys can go back, no, we didn't have it on 3 up and down, but whenever Quan and I talk about the season, I said this defense needs to be anywhere between 15 and 18. Right now, in the middle of the pack in most of their categories, they're as high as 10 and they're as low as 18. So that's looking great right now. And again, we have been injury plagued by this defense. When you look at it, Turk Wharton hasn't played most of the season. You had Pat Jones go out a couple of games. Cha Smith-Way, who had a big game in Atlanta, has went down. It's so many injuries. I know Nick Scorton. Who else can I think of? DJ Wanham. We have had injuries on the defense side of the ball. We have not had this unit at 100%. And some of these rookies are stepping up. and also players that are backups on this defense side of the ball. So again, getting 3 sacks, DB, Pat Jones, and who else got our other sack? Ashawn Robinson. All your interior D linemen, except for one being your outside linebacker and Pat Jones. Love the performance that the defense put on. Again, holding a running back to 19 yards. We know how atrocious our run defense was last year. That's a hats off to Ejiro Evero and that scheme and that defense, man.
Hey man, facts, big facts, man. This performance, man, I know you said it reminded you of Atlanta. This one reminded me of that Arizona game. This Pat, what was that, week 2? This reminded me of Arizona, man. And the reason I say that because first half, it seemed like we were trying to get in the groove of things. It looked like it was going to be ugly early on. And then, what do you know, second half, they figured out adjustments and they came out swinging in a whole different manner, man. The body language was completely different. The game plan was completely different. I mean, it just looked like they came out firing on all cylinders and that they clicked in that second half, man. And that's what we saw from the Carolina Panthers this past Sunday. We saw them really click and come together and really be able to suppress that run game from Miami. Like Doug said, man, this is really could be a top 10 running threat with HM, man. That speed is insane. It's hard to catch, but the Carolina Panthers did manage to hold it in check, and we forced Tua to have to drop back a lot of the times and pass the ball, and that actually worked out in our favor with our pass defense, man.
I agree because, again, one thing with those 3 sacks, they were timely sacks. And they were at the right time. They were like either on second or third down or made it, got a sack on second down, made it third and long, or even though it was a 3 and out. So this defense right now, it's too early because, again, we're only going into week 6. So for me, I feel like it's still early. But the offense has to do a better job of helping this defense because this defense could have just threw up their hands. But again, the offense hasn't, outside of Atlanta, really helped themselves with the lead. It's always coming back, and the defense has to step up. So again, it's a good thing seeing this defense kind of sort of taking the charge of the offense and defense side of the ball. So now our last one will be rookie impacts. T-Mac, Jimmy Horn Jr., and Mitchell Evans. I'm glad we're allowing our rookies to actually play because one thing that we all loved, we loved all this. Oh, we're getting A+. NFL.com loves this. PFF loves this class. ESPN said we had a silent class. I even said Dan was cooking. A lot of other Panther content creators said Dan was cooking. A shout out to all the Panther content creators. But for me, the product now, Dan did his job. Now you go do your job. I don't know why Jimmy Horn Jr. has not been playing. I saw things here and there, and Dave Canales said he still has to give that confidence, and we need to work with him. It's a reason why I'm not going to go too deep because we're going to talk about a 3-up or 3-down player that I think job is in jeopardy now. But T-Mac is as advertised. I know some people have been saying, what's the wide receiver out of Tampa Bay? I just went blank. From Ohio. Yeah, Ibuka is the best wide receiver in the league. Me personally, I think if Bryce plays up to par, I think T-Mac will be undoubtedly the number 1 wide receiver. Ibuka is good, but no, T-Mac doesn't have a touchdown yet. But one thing I need to understand too is why is it that he dominates in the first half and then Bryce can look at him too at the second half? It's almost like he got most of his yards in the first half and really none in the second half. But that's here nor there. And shout out to Mitchell Evans showing up, man. We said it whenever Javonte Sanders went down, like, how will he step up to the plate? He had a game-winning touchdown. Again, there's flashes on this team that make me feel like we're getting it right. I understand it's a slow process. I understand that we don't want it. We want it to happen at snap of a finger, but it doesn't work that way. Because again, I still have question marks about Dave Canales and the play calling, but it's good to see the resiliency of this team being down. Was it 7? I'll say 17. 17. Yeah. And then come back and they only scored 7 more points and you scored 27. that just shows they're you're not going to lay down. You're going to continue to fight, man. So, Quan, how did you feel about the rookies, or how do you feel about that third point of the rookies being the highlight of the reason why we won that game?
Man, I'm glad the young guys are getting their opportunity, man. If y'all been paying attention to the shows, man, I've been literally banging the table. I've been scratching my head at Jimmy Horn Jr. not getting playtime. We finally saw Jimmy Horn Jr. Matter of fact, they were talking it up throughout the week. They're like, all right, Jimmy Horn's gonna see the field. That got me excited, man. And I'm glad he had very significant catches in this game to display his talent. I really do believe that Jimmy Horn Jr. can be a very impactful wide receiver in the next 2 or 3 years, man. And I think him and T-Mac are going to be that Jamar Chase, T. Higgins type of duo when they're really like seasoned veterans, man. So what I love seeing from the rookies stepped up when it mattered the most. Jimmy Horn Jr., just like we talked about, he caught that 4th down catch. It was, a critical down. We needed it. He came up in clutch. He talked his his stuff when he got up, man. And that got me hyped. Mitchell Evans, he was fighting back. I mean, Mitchell Evans coming into the season, man, Doug really put me onto the guy. I didn't really know too much about Mitchell Evans, and he put me onto his game. Looked over it a little bit, man. And I was like, you know what, man, we got us a steal in this draft. And we're starting to see that. We're starting to see Mitchell Evans get comfortable in this role at tight end. I really want to see more targets. But with the targets that he's given, he is coming up in clutch as well, man. He came up with that late touchdown that we definitely needed. Same thing with last week. He came up with a late touchdown. But, he's starting to come along, man. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Mitchell Evans. Once JT Sanders get healthy, man, I think him and Mitchell Evans are going to have a heck of a 1-2 punch. And you can, sprinkle Tommy Tremble in there somewhere, man. But I really think it's going to be the Evans and JT Sanders show for the tight ends, man. But T-Mac, like Doug said, man, he is as advertised, man. Coming into the season, I mean, he was a surprise pick for me, but I was definitely with it, man. And I'm glad we did end up getting T-Mac. I do feel like T-Mac can definitely put up a little bit more numbers, just like Doug said, man. It come down to the quarterback execution and all that good stuff, man. I mean, we compare Emeka Egbuka to T-Mac. I was having this debate on Twitter. It come down to the quarterback. You put a T-Mac in a situation where he has an established team that's already winning the division every year, going to the playoffs every year. A quarterback that's already 10 years in the league. He got 2 number 1 receivers over there to hide behind, so not a lot of double team. Yeah, of course you're gonna get the results you get, but with T-Mac being in this situation where we're a young team trying to figure our scheme out and try to figure out who is gonna be where and whose strengths is what weaknesses and all that yada yada. T-Mac has definitely performed, man, and now we're seeing a good display from T-Mac early on in his career, and I think it's just gonna get better as he continue to grow, man. He's really only 5 games in his NFL career. And it's gonna continue to go up, man. It's gonna be an uptrend for T-Mac. He's gonna be a top 10 receiver in about 2-3 years as well, man.
And I'm gonna say this before I tell Quan this. Mitchell Evans is gonna be another Jason Witten. If you know who Jason Witten was before he got old man Jay Witt in Dallas, he's gonna be that type of. He's not the fastest, but he's gonna be open. He's always gonna be there. He's gonna be a great red zone target, as we just saw this past weekend. Again, you heard over here at 3 Up and 3 Down with Uncle Quan and C. Dougie that Mitchell Evans comp for us is Jace Witt, man. So let's go ahead and go to these 3 Up and 3 Down, Quan. You got the first, man. Go ahead and kick us off, man.
All right, man. 3 up, 3 down, man. Starting up with the 3 ups. We got Rico Dowdle, of course, man. I mean, this was pretty obvious. We just talked about it, opening up the show. Over 200 yards on the ground. Brought back that old school Carolina Panthers ball. That was how we were able to win games. Whether it was a 2003 era, 2008 era, 2015 era, 2013, when we were actually winning, our recipe was always keep pounding. We kept that rock pounding, man, and we got the results that we wanted. Over 200 yards on the ground. Rico Dowdle was angry running. Not only was he getting to the second level, man, but not only was he getting past that first level, but once he got to the second level, man, he was breaking tackles and continued to keep those legs churning, man. And it was a great display, man. Every time he got up, he wanted the ball more. He's like, hey, feed me. I need this. Right. That's the type of energy that I love to see from Rico Dowdle. And I'm glad I'm praying that Chuba Hubbard gets a speedy recovery, but I'm glad Rico Dowdle got the shine that he got, man, so that we can really see his talents, so that he can show the Carolinas at home that, hey, I'm that guy, man. And to me, in my opinion, I think he is running back one. I've always said Chuba Hubbard, and this is not me doubting the talent or taking anything away from Chuba Hubbard at all. But I've always said Chuba Hubbard is a really, 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 really good number 2 back that you can pair well with the number 1, man. And we saw it with Christian McCaffrey. We saw it with Deontay Foreman.
Right.
With Chuba Hubbard being that that guy to come in that rotation and keep these legs fresh and go back and forth. Chuba Hubbard now has his guy with Rico Dowdle. They can go back and forth. They can split the carries. And I think we got ourselves a running attack, man, just like we talked about in this offseason.
I agree, man. For me, man, I forgot our background music when you was talking. I was like, oh, I already know Quan. No, he be talking behind the beats and all that, man. For me, it's nothing against, like you said, Chuba Hubbard, but Chuba's best showings was when he was not the lead back. I understand he almost hit 1,000 yards last year. Yes, he had injuries. When you look at his different running style, when he was able to play more than 5 snaps or 5 rushes, talking about when he was tagged along with Deontay Foreman, we saw a different running back. So now when you see what Rico was able to do, and again, if you really think about it, Rico Dow, when Dak Prescott went down last year, he was really the offense of the Dallas Cowboys. I understand they didn't really have a quarterback. Yes, they still had CeeDee Lamb. They still had Brandon Cooks. They still had Turbin. But Rico Dow was a 1,000-yard rusher. And for me, and I think did I just take away from Chuba? Chuba had 1,000 yards last year?
Yeah.
Okay. My bad, Chu, because I thought about what I'm thinking, because I know when we did earlier, I was like, we got 2 1,000-yard backs. That's my bad. But again, you can see Rico's a bigger back, and he can actually bounce off of tackles.
Exactly.
And again, that ground and pound, like Quan said, keep pounding. You keep punching it until they tap out. And that's what Carolina football is. We're going to keep running the ball till you tap out. And again, shout out to Rico. He told J.C. Horn, and I hate saying this, shout out to them South Carolina Gamecocks. Quan, don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. I can't talk college ball. But he literally told J.C. Horn he was going to run for over 180 yards. I don't think anybody thought Rico Dow would rush for 100 yards. Not even 180. I think that's a goal that you have. But realistically, if we heard that before the game, I'd be like, nah, he'll probably run for 100. But running for $2 of that, like, again, that's that mantra of keep pounding that we saw. And again, our first 3 up and 3 down for this week is Mr. Rico Dow. Number 2, man, shout out to Quan. Like I said, I was busy driving and everything, so I was driving in trying to watch the game. For Christian Roseboom, to me, this was the best game that he's had since preseason to now in a Carolina Panther uniform. He was sideline to sideline. Whenever you saw the running back or everything, Christian Roseboom, Trevor Wallace are right there. Roseboom's stat line was 9 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Also, I like what Dan Canales said on Monday whenever he did his after game presser. They took the green dot off of him and gave it to Trevor Wallace. I didn't really think how big that was, but sometimes that takes the pressure off of you when you just go play freely. You don't have to worry about aligning everybody. You don't have to worry about assignments. You just go play ball. And that's one thing that I say coaching, we can make mid-season adjustments, but at the same time, some of that stuff should already been, because if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Wallace had a green dot last year when we played Chicago, and he had his highest tackling performance when he started, when Shaq went out. So for me, I think Roseboom and Trevor are starting to get it. That still does not excuse the missed tackle rate that they both have. But again, we're talking about this week. That's why it's called 3 up and 3 down. And Roseboom is trending up because he had a great game. He didn't have to worry about, again, setting and aligning everybody up. I just go out and play. And he did that, man. So shout out Christian Roseboom, man. Come on, what you think about it?
Oh, man, the irony of this, man. I was watching Christian Roseboom this past Sunday, and I was I was seeing a totally different linebacker. Y'all came on here and seen our previous 3 or 3 down. This man stayed making the 3 down list, man. So shout out to you, Christian Roseburn, for actually getting it together, man. Doug just pointed it out to me, man. The fact that he didn't have the green dot and he was able to run a little bit more freely, that makes a lot more sense from what we saw this past Sunday. I mean, the man was everywhere. He was running everywhere, man. He was full speed. He was actually finishing his tackles. He got a tackle for loss, man, a very significant stop. I mean, he looked good, man. He looked like a completely different linebacker, man. And y'all heard me say on here, I said he is a disgrace to the position. He put on a display this past Sunday, man, to make me, hey, let me shut my mouth. You got it, man. But, hey, good performance. I would love to see that for the rest of the season. Let's be consistent with it, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I couldn't say no more, man. So that's our second one again. Rico Dow, number 1. Number 2 is Christian Roseburn. Number 3, Quan, go ahead and talk about that defensive front, man.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to that defensive front. Shout out to Pat Jones. For one, it felt great to see him healthy in the lineup. I mean, I feel like he's a really slept on type of leader for this defense. He's somebody that plays with a lot of juice. He plays with a different type of mentality, man. He's able to match the Derek Browns of the defense. He's able to match the Eshawn Robinson of the defense, where he has that dog mentality, like, I'm going to get to the ball regardless of what y'all got going on. And that's what we saw from Pat Jones, man. And you also saw the front line. I mean, Derek Brown, honestly, everybody in Panther Nation know who Derek Brown is and what he brings to the table every single game, every game in, game out, snap in, snap out, man. I mean, literally every single snap, you see this man look like a grown man amongst boys. He's literally just throwing offensive linemen like they don't weigh a whole 300 plus pounds. You know what I mean? And he's getting them out of the way and he's getting to the ball. He got a sack, first sack of the year for DB, man. I mean, DB is just a monster himself, man. If you say Derek Brown, it explains it himself, man, with just by the name. The whole offensive line or defensive line was in unison this past weekend, man. We saw Nick Scorton getting a little bit more comfortable. He was making some significant plays as well. I mean, the whole defensive line played in unison, man, and it looked beautiful.
Hey, I'll piggyback off the word you said, unison. For me, this defensive line is what we thought it would be last year. I understand we had players, I'm not going to say their names. You guys already know one name that I would not say. But whenever you bring in rookie dogs, you bring in a healthy Eshawn Robinson, a healthy DD, Bobby Brown, LeBron Ray. Shout out to LeBron Ray because he really had a great preseason and he basically was a rotational piece. But again, that defensive core, those D tackles, I understand we don't have the linebackers to help them, but just the relentless effort. And again, that's the title. You see it on the thumbnail, relentless effort. Never giving up. Even though you're back against the wall, we kept fighting, we kept crawling. Excuse me. And I think the thing for me is one thing we didn't have was a lot of sacks last year. Not enough pressure. Yes, I understand different teams are having different numbers. Hey, we'll take what we can get because, yeah, going from one of the worst defenses in the history of the game to where we're at right now, that's a blessing. Because, again, it could be just as bad as it was the year before. And I understand people are saying, you know, certain podcasters or certain fans are saying that Evero shouldn't be fired. I was one of them. I don't think he needs to be fired. But, again, he has to help himself with the schemes as well. That goes into the offensive side of the ball where the offense has to help the defense. When this defense, when I look at it, outside of that Jacksonville game, this defense is really carried the anchor. Arizona, they were behind the 8 ball. Atlanta, set out Atlanta. The Patriots, really special teams and offense didn't help them. And then you look at when we come back and play at home against Miami, this defense looks good, not great, but I think they can get to great. Because once that offense helps them, we're out going on the field with the lead. And then we don't have dumb turnovers or special teams does something dumb, missing PATs, missing field goals. Once this team comes on all three phases and be a cohesive unit or cohesive team, I think this defense is even going to hit even a higher tier than they are right now. If you say right now, I'll give them tier 3. I'll go 5 tiers. But right now, I think we're at tier 3. And I'm really thinking by the end of the season, we can go to tier 2. And I think if Evero is here, once we get that linebacker, we do fix a couple other issues on this defense. I think this defense can be going into next year a top 10 defense. But right now, I need them to be a middle of the pack because they show flashes that they can be that. So that's what we got for defense. You got anything else, man, before we go to these 3 now?
Nah, man, I couldn't agree more, man. That's a good point.
All right, man. Again, man, it's your man's Uncle Quan and Dougie, 3 up and 3 down, man. This is on What's Up, Doug. No, we didn't make another channel, man, but please, if you are watching, please make sure you subscribe, you share, you hit the like button as well. We will be doing these every post game. Again, I know my brother's about to be a dad here pretty soon, man. So we're going to figure out how we're going to still be able to bring it to you guys. But again, like Quan said in the beginning, we're talking about a victory. We don't like to come up here talking about a loss. But at the end of the day, we got to bring it to you. So on the flip side of that, there's always bad when it comes to good. So as we always do, we're going to do round robin. I am going to start off with, I'm not going to talk about Bryce. I'm going to start off with Hunter Renfrow. For me, I think his days are numbered. And it's obvious the reason why his days are probably numbered is because possibly Jimmy Horn is going to take that spot. Then you also got Jalen Coker knocking on the door as well. He's been activated for his 21 practice window. Edsel, no, we're not talking about him, but I think Edsel is about to start clicking again. Again, you already got T-Mac. Looks like Edsel is back to the wide receiver we wanted him to be. Then you bring in Jimmy Horn that had clutch performance or clutch catches for us to go be on that game-winning drive. Then you got Jalen Coker coming back. What room is there for Hunter Renfrow? Also, you got to think about it. David Moore, who I didn't want. David Moore is a vital point to this offense. So again, has Hunter Renfrow really taking advantage of his opportunities? Yes and no. Outside that Arizona game, but that's also on Bryce when it came to the Atlanta game when Quan and I were there, and him and Bryce chemistry is just not there. But I also think Hunter Renfrow is playing scared at sometimes as well with certain hits. And that could be what the chemistry with Bryce and Hunter. But again, like I said, when you got a Jalen Coker chopping at the bit to be back, and again, he had one of his best performances against the Dallas Cowboys this upcoming week, and you're going against the 32nd ranked defense. I said I'm gonna calm down on that, but I really think like Hunter Renfrow is about to fall down that wide receiver depth chart. Man, what you got?
Yeah, man. I mean, he's just been a non-factor. Whether you put that on the lack of chemistry with him and the quarterback or his technique, he's just been a non-factor, man. And in this league, man, you got to execute. You got to take advantage of the opportunities that you are given. This wide receiver room, like you said, I mean, low-key is stacked, man. I mean, we're still getting stuff together, but like you said, Jimmy Horn Jr. just got his first playing time this past week. It's still early in the season. You got Jalen Coker, who hasn't played a snap yet this year. He's coming back. He's our number one guy, really, right now. I mean, maybe Ted might stay number one when he comes back. Maybe he'll be the solid number 2, 1 or 1B, I'll call him. But Coker's going to be in the lineup. David Moore is going to be healthy soon. So, like Doug said, what does that leave room for Hunter Renfrow? He hasn't been productive. He hasn't put anything on this field. He hasn't put anything on film for the coaches to go back and evaluate to make that decision for him to stay on that roster. So, other than that Arizona game, yeah, he's just been a non-factor, man. And it's been the same thing this game. Yeah, we got the victory, but Hunter Renfrow didn't contribute anywhere, man.
He really didn't. But, I mean, who's to say, we don't know. But right now, again, like I said, this is a weekly show. And right now, we feel like Hunter Renfrow is trending on the opposite side of not good but bad. So, Quan, who you want to talk about next? You want to kick it off with Bryce? You want to go T-Mo?
I'm gonna go T-Mo. Say the best for last, man. Taylor Moton. Not a terrible performance, but definitely not up to his level of play. A couple penalties here and there. Very undisciplined this past game. Missed a couple key blocks. it just looked off with Taylor Moton, man. I still believe in Taylor Moton. Taylor Moton is our veteran. He got paid for a reason. Maybe this was just one of those bad games, but again, with that run game, you kind of made up for it, man. So Ray made up for it in the run game, and he was able to kind of, hold the pocket for the passer. And, he put on a solid display, man. But we did have a couple penalties on number 72, and we missed a couple key blocks, man. So that's really all I got for Taylor Moton, man. He's going to be all right. But you are on the 3-down list this week, man. But I feel like you're going to be back trending up, man. But, yeah, we're game for our veteran.
So this is Quan's, and this is the first time I heard it. So this is the thing that I would say about Taylor Moton. One thing that scares me with him being up there in age, he's younger outside linebackers.
Yeah.
That's what scares me. That's the only reason why he's up here. It's not, again, this is a weekly. This is not for the whole 6 weeks. Because really, I feel like this whole offensive line, nobody should be up here except for one person. And hopefully he stays, he gets healthy, because if we need him, we can put him back at guard. I'll leave it at that. You guys tell me if y'all in chat, y'all think. But for me, I agree with Quan. Like I said, whenever he said Timo, and then hearing him talk about it, that's your veteran. You really expect your veteran in I'll call him the godfather of the room. Sweatback should not be making the same mistakes over and over. And for me, like Quan said, for this season right now, this is one of Taylor Moton's worst games as of right now. Other than that, again, like Quan said, I mean, he's good in the run game. We know what he can do. But again, those penalties hurt you at being behind the sticks, those false starts, those holds. That's messing the chemistry up. We already know how Bryce gets off kilter, that Bryce doesn't do well with long distance to go make the line of scrimmage. So you got to help your young quarterback out. But again, I think Timo will bounce back this upcoming Sunday back at home. He will not be on the down list. If it is, I will be totally shocked. But that's back-to-back, because we really haven't had most back-to-back. But we've had, like Quan said, Christian Roseman has been on this list twice, but it hasn't been back-to-back. So again, man, Timo, hopefully you will not be on this list next week. But let's go ahead and get into it, man. The last one, like Quan said, this is going to be the meat, the potatoes of the 3 down, and that's Bryce Young. I still call him Icy Bryce. I never call him the Carolina Reaper, but that name really rings a different bell. Ice Bryce. Did you start out cold? You've been starting out cold, brother.
Yeah, man.
Started cold every game. Again, whenever you basically folded and just lost the ball because the defensive lineman, I think it wasn't that Chubb. Bradley Chubb was coming at you.
Right in his face.
Yeah, you just went right into the fetal position. You can't do that, Bryce. You can't do that. Like I said, yes, you helped us win the game, but the slow starts have to stop. Shout out to the Panthers, because I will give you your due respect here. That Bryce that was on that mic'd up, that's the Bryce we need to see once the ball's kicked off. That's the Bryce that we need to see. Juan kept talking about Doug, or he's even stated from the Panthers' experience. Y'all think this soft-spoken young man? No, this man really got that dog in him. But again, Bryce, you're stepping in your own way. Get out your way and, again, bring that mentality, bring that kind of physicality in play from the kickoff. I don't care if the defense gets the ball. But I also will make this point. Bryce ain't going nowhere. This is Bryce Young's team. That man is not going anywhere. Again, if the Carolina Panthers fail, it's because of Bryce, and they're going to stand behind Bryce until further notice. But, Bryce, we need you to start out the gate high. Then I'll call you the Carolina Reaper, because you taking souls away. You going knocking on that door left and right. But right now, you are Icy Bryce, because, again, you're starting out slow. And every game can't be a comeback game. As you said at the bottom, the big comeback. You can't do that, man. Again, can we at least be up 2 scores, and then you can possibly mess up for an interception here or there. But the way that you're playing, man, is inconsistent. It's a roller coaster, like we said last week. You have not been consistent at all, my brother. But I still believe it, because, again, I'm going to pinpoint the reason why I'm going to stand 10 toes down. The video of the mic'd up that they put out just the other day. You showed us something. You showed us a different quarterback. What you got, Quan?
Yeah, man. This has been a very controversial quarterback. Excuse me.
Bless you. You good, brother.
This has been very controversial quarterback on our team for the last 3 years. But again, year 3, this is the time to really evaluate who Bryce really is. This game, again, we saw the slow start. We saw the turnovers once again. It's getting to the point where, at least personally, I'm going to label Bryce as a turnover machine. I even said it his rookie year. His rookie year, he had 11 fumbles. I said, I don't care what level of football you at, whether you're a veteran, rookie, Pop Warner, middle school, hold on to the football. There is no excuse why you're dropping the football that much. He has fumble issues. I think he's going to continue to have fumble issues. And another thing we're seeing from Bryce Young, which is, to me, pure irony, because we drafted Bryce Young on his ability to process the field quickly, to be a fast processor, to really read defenses and be able to make a decision pre-snap on where the ball needs to go. We are not really seeing that consistently, at least. Going off that turnover, Doug just talked about when Nick Chubb was in his face. Not Nick Chubb, Bradley Chubb was in his face. Bryce Young was literally supposed to hand that ball off in the RPO situation. He was supposed to just hand it off. That's supposed to be a simple read to you for a fast processor. That's supposed to be a simple read. Hand the ball off, but instead we pull the ball, and what do you know? He's in our face, and not only did we get sacked, it was a sack fumble. Just like that. You dropped the ball. I mean, it looked very goofy. It looked very demoralizing to our fan base, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody. But it looked very demoralizing. It lost all confidence and hope when you saw that happen, because we are already seeing these issues week in and week out. Now, the interception was also questionable. Throwing it into, it looked like double coverage. It was a bad throw, man. I mean, he tried to step up in the pocket. It looked like he just struggled to see over the line. And that was an argument for the longest. I felt like, you know what, that can be debunked. I feel like he can at least see over the line as an NFL quarterback. But you know what, this year, ironically, I have really been seeing that more on display. Like, it just looked like time for time he is struggling to see over his line or the opposing D-line, man. So the inconsistencies, man, with Bryce Young is really his biggest weakness. And that's the thing you have to establish in this league as a quarterback. You have to have some consistency to gain respect. And if you are not consistent, what good are you to this league? People are not going to respect you. They're going to continue to play down in the box. They're going to continue to play underneath because they don't believe in your arm strength. They don't believe that you can make those quick decisions. They don't believe you can really threaten them. They don't believe they need a game plan against you. What we're seeing with Bryce, and don't get me wrong, man, I still believe that Bryce can play ball. I have seen enough times where he's able to get the ball past 30 yards. He's able to throw the ball deep. He's able to make 50-50 balls. He's able to scramble outside of the pocket and extend the plays. He's able to do that. We saw it plenty of times. He's able to clutch up a game. We saw it 7 times. Now, I need you to be consistent, because right now we are here. And overall, that is making you a bad quarterback. If you want to earn your respect from this fan base, from the league, from your teammates, put it on the field, man. We have to start strong. We started strong against New England. I don't know what happened after that, but we started strong. We need starts like that and continue throughout the game to look that strong, man. I know you're not going to score every drive. It's not really realistic. But put on a good display for this offense, man, and continue to push the ball down the field and threaten the defense with your legs and your arms, because you definitely have that ability. But with you struggling and hesitating in your head, you're making bad decisions. It's looking very up and down, man. And we need consistency if we're going to win some games, especially if we're going to try to talk about playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs. You already know you get that. Playoffs. I don't talk playoffs yet, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get the 500 ball. We get the 500 ball, then we about to be
facts. Facts.
So, like I said, man, again, Uncle Quan and myself, and I'm speaking for Uncle Quan, and if he wants to rebut, he can rebut. But people have attacked Uncle Quan and myself, told us to stay on that side. We can't change our mind. Hey, we gonna open the platform one day when we want these people to call us out. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we have been fair with Bryce. It is what it is. Like I said, we're not holding his hand. We're not pacifying him. We're keeping it a whole 100 with him like Bryce. You got to get out your way, brother. That's the reason why you got some of these fans not giving you credit for the game, helping with the game-winning drive. Yes, absolutely. Rico DAL carried the offense, but when the money was on the line, the ball was in whose hand? Bryce Young. Who threw the game-winning touchdown? Bryce Young. When we had that fourth down, who threw the ball to Jimmy Horn? Bryce Young. So again, you have to be consistent because like Quan said, you're like a roller coaster. You're not doing this. You're not trending up. It's like this, like a wave. So again, man, you got another opportunity, man. So let's go ahead and recap the 3 up and 3 down. And again, 3 up, shout out to Rico DAL, Christian Roseboom, and the defensive front, Pat Jones, Ashawn Robinson, DB, Nick Scorton, Princeton Human Yellen, Bobby Brown, those boys. Then 3 down, our starting quarterback, Bryce Young, Hunter Renfrow, and Taylor Moton. So let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors real quick, Quan, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the Dallas Cowboy game. So shout out to our first sponsor, which is SeatGeek, where you can get all your ticket purchases here. You use the code What's Up Doug, you get $20 off for any sporting event, concert, or recreational event that you may possibly think that you need to purchase. Again, shout out to our sponsor over here, which is SeatGeek. Use the code What's Up Doug. For first-time users, you would get $20 off your first ticket purchase. Secondly, we got Underdog Fantasy here. Went up to 5,000 times your money. For new customers, play up to $5, you get $50 in bonus. Again, use that code What's Up Doug. We will be bringing different concepts and different promos with that once we sit down with Underdog. But again, shout out to our 2 sponsors, SeatGeek and Underdog. And we will possibly be posting a members video with our ticket. So if you want to get that ticket and want in on that, definitely go ahead and grab that membership. Again, it's only 99 cents as well over here. What's Up Doug, man? So let's go ahead and go into week 6, Quan. America's team comes to Carolina, man. And we can break it down. There's just a couple of viewpoints and highlights I thought that we should discuss. Your front leader for the MVP right now is MVP Dak. He's already had 1,356 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But on the flip side, you're going against the 32nd ranked defense in the league. No Parsons, and possibly no CD Lamb. Are the Panthers a different team in the bank is the biggest question because we are 2-0. And time for consistency from the Carolina Panthers, man. So for me, I think this is a winnable game because of how horrible the defense of the Dallas Cowboys is currently and us playing at home. I feel like the boys play at a different level and play with different energy playing in the bank. But on the flip side, Juan was saying, do you see Mike Jack getting burned by Waddle? This is a game where our DBs can show up. Supposedly you don't have a CD Lamb. Yes, you still got George Pickens. Is it Turbin? And I can't think of the other boy that they have. And Ferguson, I can't forget because, again, when we play against good tight ends, we do kind of fumble the bag in the middle. But this is a game where I think our DBs help us. If Mike Jack, 8 Ball, Morick, Scott, and Ransom hold the back 4, that's where you're going to get these coverage sacks. And that's where I'm hoping, again, this defensive front, like Quan appointed for 3 up this week, the defensive front was going to 3 up. This is where your back end helps your front end and your front end helps your back end. This is where I'm hoping that our defense really, on the back end, can really show out. Then again, no Michael Parsons, who was a one-man wrecking crew against the Carolina Panthers the years that we played them. But again, like I said, I'm so cautiously optimistic because we can't be consistent as a team. easily when we won 30-0 against the Atlanta Falcons, we could have went into Foxburg and been on a 2-game win streak. But no, we went on the road and fumbled the bag. You got back-to-back home games against a winnable opponent. And again, like Quan just said, playoffs. I literally said, playoffs, let's get the 500 ball. Right here, if you win this game, you're looking at 500 and going into MetLife. Again, that's the week ahead. I'm not going to slow down. But again, there's a possibility of making a 500 ball. When's the last time we've heard or been excited to be right at 500 as Carolina Panthers? It's been a long time. A long time. So for me, I really feel like going against the Cowgirls, I'm stop calling the Cowboys. I'm being disrespectful now because I can't stand them. I think this game, being back at home, is a possibility because, again, you get a couple players back, I'm hoping. We should be full strength on that D-line. You possibly get another one of your weapons. And I also think we really have not been able to see the offensive scheme because I think T-Mac is not even an outside receiver in this type of offense. I think Xavier Legette is not in the proper spot in this offense. So again, once you get Jalen Coker back, that expands a lot of things for this offense. I think a lot of players, 2 players will be playing in the slot, and I think Xavier Legette and T-Mac are better players in the slot than playing outside because they are missing. One is a vertical threat, one is a give me a screen, I can take it to the house. So again, I think the offense is, if Jalen Coker does come back, I do think this offense is going to look totally different as well. And before Quan go outshot the Blitz Talk, this is y'all quick Blitz Talk because we may not be doing the Blitz Talk this week because, again, like I said, we got a baby on the way, man. So we're going to try to go as deep as we can, but this is our Blitz Talk segment. The Blitz Talk is every Thursday. You can check it out with Uncle Quan, and we'll have special guests and our guy AJ joining us, man. So, Quan, what you got for the preview with the Dallas Cowboys, man?
Man, I'm not gonna hold you, Doug. This one is almost as personal to me as that Atlanta game was, and I say that because Dallas has come to the bank every year since we got Bryce Young. Last 2 years, they came to the bank, and what did they do? They took over. They beat us. Not only did they beat us bad.
Belt
and to go back even, say what?
Belt the ass.
Yeah, belt the ass. Exactly, belt. And to go back a little bit further, since I became a content creator for the Carolina Panthers, my very first regular season game that I did a vlog on was going to Dallas when we had Sam Darnold and Christian McCaffrey. Well, Christian McCaffrey had got hurt for this game, but had Sam Darnold. We put up a fight at the end, but guess what? We lost. So as a content creator, we are 0-3 against the Cowgirls. Against the I'm tired, chat. My dad is a Cowboy fan. My whole half of the family are Cowboy fans. I want to get back to feeling good about beating the Cowboys. You know what I mean? That Thanksgiving 2015, it was nothing like it. It was nothing like it, man. And I don't mean to get all nostalgic, but I want to get to a Panthers victory over the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday. And and like Doug said, we got the recipe to win. 32nd ranked defense. They look completely lost without Michael Parsons, y'all. I've watched the Cowboys defense play. I'm like, oh, this is lunch meat. this is lunch meat. They look desperate. They even went out and got Jadeveon Clowney. Old man Clowney. That's how desperate they are. They are not able to stop a lick. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They are not. We talked about the word unison. That is not the way to describe this Cowboys defense, man. So we got a chance to really take advantage of this defense with our offense. This is really where I feel like the offense is really going to start to click. Jalen Coker coming back. I feel like he is coming into the season. He was a big part of this playbook, and Dave Canales is going to have his toy back to be able to open up the playbook even more. Jimmy Horn Jr., he displayed this past Sunday that, hey, I can play too. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that. And you put T-Mac, Jimmy Horn Jr., Jalen Coker, Xavier Legette is starting to get a little bit more confidence after that touchdown. Rico Dowdle, over 200 yards on the ground. Chat, this should be a 30-plus game from our offense. We should be able to put up at least 30 points. I'm not settling for anything less. Unless we win, I'm not settling for anything less than 30 points. because this defense is trash. Now on the other side of the ball, Dak is gonna be Dak. He's gonna get off. I'm not gonna hold you. George Pickens, he gonna do his thing too. But I believe in our offense over theirs. And I really feel like if our defense can play as good as they played last game, make the adjustments, play that that middle of the pack type of defense ball, put the ball back in our offense hands. I think we're gonna be all right, man. I think we can finally get a victory over the Cowboys at the bank. It's time to fight back. It's time to fight back, man. We gotta start letting them come to the bank and take over. Because right now they got a big head. They think they run this, and I'm not with it, man. Time to fight back, chat.
All right, so again, since we want to do Blitz Talk on Thursday, Quan, do you have an early score prediction?
Early score prediction. This is literally off the top of the dome. Let's see. Let's go with I think this could be a good game. It could mess around and be a shootout. I'm gonna go 34 Carolina, 27 Dallas.
Give me Art. I ain't going against it. 27-20 Panthers.
27 to 34 Panthers. Yes, sir.
So, like Juan said, my pops is a Cowboys fan. Shout out to Pops. He's in Texas now. So he's even loving it even more because he don't have to buy a package. You basically can watch basic cable and watch Dallas Cowboys. And I'm tired of him saying, "Oh, did y'all win this week? This and that." It'll feel so good to call him afterwards and be like, "Oh, we beat y'all," or "We recapped it." So for me, again, 27-20 Panthers. I think we get Chuba back. Chuba doesn't start. Rico DAL starts. If Jalen Coker does come back, he will be on the pitch count, but I think he will do the most with his pitch count. Maybe three catches, 35 yards. I'll take that. I need to see a little bit more of Jimmy. Y'all need to mix that young man in. Another bold take. I think Xavier Legette gets another touchdown this week at home, and we see Dollar Bill come out the stable. Defense. Give me one fumble, one pick, 2 turnovers by the defense, and 2 sacks. What you got, Quan? You got any stats you want to put out there?
I like that, man. Stat wise, man, I'm looking for this run game to pop off again. I mean, Rico Dowdle is going against his old squad. He told us earlier. Hey, what was the quote he said, Doug? He said, I'm a be ready or something.
Be ready, but they gotta feel me. You know what that means? You're gonna have to feel me. I paraphrase it, but that's what he's basically saying. You're gonna have to feel me.
Yes, sir. And with that mentality, man, I mean, he coming off of a hot game, 200 plus yards. Can't emphasize it enough. I'd be nervous if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. 32nd ranked defense going against a hot running back that was just on the team this past season and y'all let go. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a long game for y'all. It's gonna be a long game. Ain't no Parsons to save y'all. So I think Rico Dowdle gets another $150. I think he at least get a $150 on the ground. I think Bryce Young barely gets 200, but I think he does throw another 2. I think he throw another 2 touchdowns. I would love to see our defense get at least 2 or 3 sacks, man. I would definitely love to see that because we haven't really been productive in the sack game, but we definitely put up a little bit better of a performance this past Sunday, and I think they can ride off of that energy.
Okay. So for us, man, like I said, this is episode. Quan, can you believe we did 4 episodes, man? Like I said,
yes,
episode 4, 3 down. Like I said, it's late. But it's never too late. Like I said, man, we definitely gonna be committed to it. Life is life. Got a baby on the way, planning the wedding, man. But we here, man. We grinding. We still trying to give y'all content. I'm gonna throw a jab. We ain't going nowhere just because we losing because we know we ain't going nowhere. Trust me. Like we got life, we got responsibilities, but we love Panther Nation, man. We appreciate everybody's support.
Thanks.
The Panthers experience. And what's up, Doug? We definitely got some things brewing. Again, we got something brewing. We definitely gonna try to, let it out whenever we're able to let the news out. But we got continuous things going over here for Uncle Quan and myself, man. But Quan, tell the people what you got or what's going on, and I'll go ahead and close it out, man.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all can go ahead and subscribe to the channel at What's Up, Doug. Make sure y'all subscribe to What's Up, Doug, though. But y'all can find me on YouTube and Twitter at the Panthers Experience, Uncle Quan, man. I try to go live every Wednesday, depending on how the schedule looked this week. I may miss another live. I didn't get to go live last Wednesday because of previous engagements, man. Depending on how it looked tomorrow, man, it may be this or today or tonight. Depending on how it looks tonight, man, I may not have a live, but y'all stay tuned, man. I will keep y'all posted.
Yes, sir, man. Like I said, definitely, like I said, we won't be live Thursday. Stay tuned next week. We will have a 3 Up and 3 Down. We got a special guest, another favorite of the Panther content world. So definitely stay tuned. Have your post notification bell on. And like I said, we love having and bringing guests on, and we got a full plate coming within the next 4 weeks. So again, guys do not want to miss, and ladies do not want to miss these Panther content creators and beat writers we have coming up on the channel, man. So it's your man C Dougie with my co-host, my brother to my left, Uncle Quan, for 3 Up and 3 Down. Until next time, everybody stay safe. Everybody keep pounding. And until next time, peace.